definitely not be uh, taking a situation from another company and applying it to themselves, and stealing an idea would effectively be against their own brand image. So if the deadline is too short, what the company can actually do is take inspiration from that idea, from the foreign advertisement, and then put their own spin on it. Because obviously, not all markets are the same. Even if they copy the foreign ad, it is not true that it will be applicable for the people who they are catering to in our country, right? So even if they take some inspiration from it and put their own twist to it, which actually caters to the larger market, their own market audience, that would probably be a little more beneficial and would enable them to complete the project on time as well.
I agree. I believe that stealing intellectual property is unethical and it could lead to legal repercussions. If plagiarism is discovered, the agency's reputation for originality could be severely tarnished, and this could lead to loss of future contracts and clients. I think the company can also negotiate an extension with the client and explain the time constraints.
I agree with the point. A huge contract shouldn't be a reason that the company should consider sacrificing its reputation in the company, specifically for somebody who is known for originality. They can take inspirations not only from one particular ad, but they can take inspirations from various ads in different markets and try to come up with something which can be an amalgamation of sorts. But straight up copying, as stated, would be a bad idea.
Also,
They could
as
also
this okay, go ahead. Sorry. Okay. So as discussed, they could always negotiate for time. But if that is not a possibility, maybe just giving an incentive to the workers to work overtime for this one project, which was because it's a huge contract, to help them come up with. Because even if they do come up with ideas, implementation of those ideas will take time. So giving incentives to the workers to actually work overtime to meet the deadline, if the negotiation for the time limit is not possible, can also be done.
they could also negotiate a smaller scope for the initial phase of the project and then increase it as the time goes on.
They can also go and look at their old designs, which may not have been accepted by different companies, and see if anything fits here.
Also, they could look at ideas which probably do not require a long term for its implementation. So, if you are planning to make an online advertisement, which would probably take an entire week to script and get actors and then direct the whole thing, instead, if you could actually just collaborate with some social media influencers or something where you put the onus on them to work in a specific deadline, which have a shorter time limit, that would probably help them achieving the goals a little faster.
Uh, they could use this idea, like you said, and they can present it as a two-part campaign, maybe to the company, see if the company will agree to that. That way, they have something to show in the short term, and also a little bit more time to come up with something more concrete.
Do you want to add anything?
Not me, sir.
They could probably collaborate with another firm instead of, like, if the foreign ad firm, if the ideas of the two companies align, they could probably collaborate with them in some sense instead of stealing from them, if that could be an option.
They could, but again, that would require splitting expenses. Sorry, revenue, not expenses. So they'd have to see how that would work out because if it's a big contract, usually a company wouldn't want to share it. But it could be a solution.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, if they're not able to meet the deadline and if they don't want to lose on the client, if that is the thing that is to be considered, maybe a collaboration could be thought of.
Collaboration seems to be the most appropriate way out here, right? See, what happens in an ad agency is when you have a product, if it's an old product which uh, which you are already handling for that particular client, then you would already have a black book on the product. Black book would be last 20, 30 years history of the ads of that product and how it has been evolving. Also, they have mapping of the attributes of the product and how it has been advertised. For example, if it is a car, then safety versus speed. So they would put the different competitive cars in this grid and then see that where do we want to put our car. But all these things require a lot of time, and ad people are always hard pressed for time. Okay, like Snigdha said that give them some incentive to work overtime. So ad people, especially in the creative department, they are always seem to be having lack of time, and it takes time for a creative and like you said, write the copy or write the script and then shoot the film and other stuff like that. But whatever you all said, mostly these are the options that they have. And obviously, we would not recommend that they steal something, especially in today's days and age. It is quite easy to find out if something has been plagiarized. So probably a collaboration could do. You've seen the car, na? There is one Toyota car which is same as Maruti Baleno. What's the brand? Have you seen it on the roads? Maruti Baleno.
No idea, sir.
You just look, you will find out, or you can search for it also. I think Toyota only, they have made the exact same car as Baleno. Now, I really don't know whether it is Maruti which is manufacturing both or Toyota which is manufacturing both, but they are selling the same car, same model, everything is same except the name and the company, and they are selling it. So there is a collaboration there. So it is not that these things don't happen nowadays, especially for big contracts. And one more thing is that did the case say that the ad was of some competitive agency, or did it say that it was from another country only? Because in India, what happened was in the 1990s, when a lot of ad agencies were coming into India because of liberalization. No? So suppose one agency was doing folk ads in Europe, and that same agency did a collaboration with an Indian agency here, then they would be bringing those ads here in any way, any case. And they would, like Snigdha said, they would localize it, but the theme would be the same. So that could be an option if this agency is not a competitive agency. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Anything else? Any other questions you have? Ronak was supposed to give an interview today, but she is not well, it seems. So let's meet tomorrow at 8, tomorrow Friday, no? 7:30 is okay for both of you?
Sir, I have another class at 7:30. I won't be able to come tomorrow.
Acha. Ayushi,
But I'm okay.
I will ask Ayush because he is the one who is having problems with this 8:30, 8:45 timing. So for him only, I want to do a class earlier. If he is available at 7:30, then we'll have it at 7:30. Otherwise, 8:45 as usual. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Snigdha,
Yeah.